Hello, so this is our next assignment, experimental and abstract photography. So we're going to use color to enhance images outside standard photography. We're going to look at some digital processes, even look at some analog processes using color to enhance or alter a photograph. So we're going to create a series, so images that are all linked together by some sort of concept, theme, story, etc. In an experimental or abstract way, you can use analog and scan in, you can use digital. How you use the processes is up to you. For this, I think we're going to be looking a little bit about appropriation, and remix and taking images into a different context. So for this assignment, you are welcome to use previous imagery, new imagery, or even borrowed appropriation imagery. And we'll talk more about that later. This will be a smaller series, so we're looking at 5 to 7 images total. I'm scaling this one down a bit because it's not just making photographs and then post-processing. It is adding an extra element, whether that is digital or analog. Your subject matter of your images should complement the experimental or digital processes that you're using. If you're using borrowed imagery, the content of the images must have importance to your concept. If you're using borrowed materials, remix the work so the original photographs are inherently different from the original. You will create an artist statement, so you'll create a short artist statement like you did previously. So you'll talk about your photography, creative process, the development of your series, and how it's time to work on writing about your work. You're going to share your processes and highlight how you use color technically and conceptually within your photographs and sort of the experimental part. Statements should be clear in the intent and message. No, I want the viewer to form their own narratives. So for this assignment, I want you to use the software, whether it be Lightroom, Photoshop, or any other sort of processes to enhance your work. So I want you to really kind of take it to the next level. Please do not submit images straight from camera. You can use crops or even mix things up, but I want you to keep mindful of a final print, thinking about this may be printed out. So I do not want you to work smaller than 8 by 10, 300 dpi. You're more than welcome to work larger than that and in any sort of scale or rotation. So if you want to do square, if you want to do a very long rectangle, that's fine. Keep mindful of that. If you're working in RAW or Photoshop, I just want the JPEGs. And if there's a viewing order, sort the images numerically 1 through 10. There is the naming convention, and the rubric is here below. So before we start talking about the artist statement, I want you to kind of think about how you can kind of push your images, again, to sort of a different dimension. I don't want to see, a black and white photograph with one part colored. I feel that's very obvious and pedestrian. I want you to use color in what we think about color, think about its emotions, its feelings, how color can really just boost an image. Think about digital processes. Maybe that's something you've taken in a different class. Maybe you actually get prints and you do mixed media processes, if like physical paint on it, and then you scan in your images. Maybe you use different types of films and you shoot analog and then get those scanned in. So I think this will be a really fun assignment. This will be due April 12th, so it's not a very long time, but keep that in mind. And again, the date may be changed depending on what semester you're taking this class. So next we'll just have an artist lecture, and I want you to really have fun with this assignment.